Number 5.
Alright, the number 5 helpful tool for deck building is the Gatherer. You can search by cards and color types, and you can be like, hey, I want to search for green, red, and blue cards that use the term gold. And search, and these are all the cards with gold in it. So that is the number 5 tool for deck building.
Number 4.
The number 4 tool for deck building is the Commander Metagame section on MTG Goldfish. Their website could be used for all sorts of decks, Commander as well, and you can see like some of the top decks and what people are playing, what the average cost in tabletop is, and you can see the example deck lists. So if you see a card you might want, you're like, hey, I want that card in my deck.
Number 3.
The number 3 tool, one of the ones I use the most for deck building, especially for Commander decks, is Scryfall. You can do advanced search, and you can literally search for whatever you want. You can say my commander is blue, black, red, and I want it to be from the set Outlaws of Thunder Junction, and I want only rares and mythics, and I want the criteria to be that it is a outlaw, and then search, and there's 15 cards where the color identity is black, red, and blue, and is in paper, and the set is OTJ, and it's mythic or rare. So this is really cool because you can filter by pretty much whatever you want. There's a whole syntax guide of all the things you can search by. It's like a million. So it's actually way more in depth and easier to search than the Gatherer is. So I really like this, especially when building like typo decks or something specific, or if you don't want to just use a ton of cards that everyone uses.
Number 2.
Alright, the number 2 tool for building a commander deck is going here. You can go EDHRAC.com. You can look up the monocolor commanders. You can look up multicolor commanders. You can look up the top commanders of all time. And it tells you how many decks are on here. You can type in your commander. You know, say I want to build Atraxa. And just type that in. And there we go. And these are all the new cards people add into the deck. These are the top cards. These are the creatures. And it is very good and useful. And I like to have this open and see what cards I want to play out of this. Obviously, I don't always play all of them. And it even tells you the price of the card right there. So if you're trying to avoid expensive cards in the deck. And you can even filter, you know, by themes here. In fact, Planeswalker. Or by your budget. You know, say you want like a cheap budget. It won't show really expensive cards then. So I really love this tool. It's very good for deck building. So be sure to use that.
Number 1.
And the number 1 tool I like to use for deck building is Moxfield. You can create decks here. Go ahead and sign in here. But you can create decks. This is my Jasper Flint deck. So you can basically start with nothing. You can add every card. You just type it in. But it's nice because it'll list them all out for you. So you get your commander, how many creatures, how many sorceries, instants, artifacts, enchantments, lands. So you know the breakdown already then. And I like to even build my deck here using EDHRAC, Scryfall, and this site mostly. Building my deck in here and looking at all the statistics and analytics. Like, it'll tell you your mana percentages. You could play test hands, which is kind of cool. And it'll tell you your mana curve and everything. And I like to do that before I even put the deck together in cards. And then once I have the deck how I want it, I'll go ahead and just print out this list and just go and find all the cards that I have in my collection and put the deck together and play that way. And you can even print proxies right from here too if you want to proxy in the meantime. So yeah, that's number 1 tool is Moxfield. Love that tool.